Chris, you just brought up, like, will we look back on Lamar Jackson's 2019 MVP season as, an outlier, or that happened once, or what happened?
Yeah, why didn't it happen again?
Because either A, he has trouble staying healthy, or B, that was an outlier. And the way that he plays is not sustainable by health and by standards of the rest of the league figuring out how to stop, like scheme wise. It's difficult to sustain. So we'll see. Like and the only person who can write that story is Lamar Jackson. And I'm like, where else would he go? Like, people are mentioning Miami would be good for him. You're hearing the Jets. Really, I guess you'll retool your entire operation there as well.
Yeah. So the others I've seen: Washington, Atlanta. Those are kind of the big four. Those 4 teams.
Atlanta would just say, okay, we'll just abandon our plan with Ritter and go there. Washington obviously is wide open. Yeah. Wide open.
I think Atlanta would probably pick Lamar over Ritter, wouldn't you?
You think so? I don't know.
Yeah, Vic 2.0, run it back.
Guys, the amount of money Lamar Jackson is asking for cannot be discounted when you have somebody you like and want to grow with and is incredibly inexpensive, and you've got on a second-round contract for 3 more years. That is a factor.
When are we going to start having the conversation of, Lamar's asks contractually are reasonable?
What do you mean?
This is a guy who wants the guaranteed money that Deshaun Watson got, right? He also hasn't finished the last 2 years. And he had one great season, but other than that, it's been...
To say I want $230 million all guaranteed when he hasn't finished 2 straight seasons in a row, that's when Mike Florio says he needs an agent to tell him what time it is.
A little unreasonable,
and also
right?
get out there, get stuff out there. And reach out to people who might be able to help and supplement what's going on in his life. I mean, we just had against Steve Young on in hour number 1. There's a deep dive for The Athletic that came out today on the Jets situation with Zach Wilson and what was going on inside the locker room. Remember when Elijah Moore wanted a trade? Remember he demanded a trade? And Robert Saleh said, we're not trading you, but you're going to sit down. And then they went to Denver and won without him, but lost Breece Hall and Elijah Vera Tucker in the same game. That changed everything for the Jets offense. Their best offensive lineman and their best, we wouldn't be sitting here saying who the offensive rookie of the year is. Wonder who it might be. And why didn't Brock Purdy make the final 3? Because Breece Hall would have won it. If he stayed healthy, end of story. Over. But the reason why I bring this up in that story is Zach Wilson reached out to a trio of quarterbacks for advice because they struggled early on in their careers. 3 Hall of Famers. Steve Young, Kurt Warner, and Drew Brees. Because Kurt, he was a house of fire when he came in 99, but his career started by getting cut in Green Bay. And we all know Steve Young took a while to finally get where he needed to go. I imagine his agent set those things up. Like, I don't know, man. It's just a tough ask to say, hey, I want everything guaranteed, all this money guaranteed. And I didn't finish the last 2 years.
Yeah. Also, our buddy Daniel Jeremiah, first mock draft just posted. Rich.
Aha!
He has the Ravens taking a quarterback. Anthony Richardson from Florida.
Okay.
Admitted that it was a dart, but, a lot of question marks surrounding
this.
Baltimore.
I'm telling you, when I get to the combine.
He's a former Raven scout.
It's going to be, I think, unless something happens in the next 3 playoff weekends, division championship and Super Bowl, unless something wild happens in those 3 weekends, the number one conversation we're going to hear at the combine is what is going on with Baltimore with Lamar. Who could they be looking at here Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.